The thing we do in Fargo is we never play a cue until we've earned it. And we talk about that all the time. You know, we're sitting there and we'll be spotting an episode, and I may say to Noah, he's the showrunner, I may say, oh, you know, we could do something right here. He's like, you know what, we haven't earned it yet, let's wait. And then we wait another 30 seconds or another minute, and then you bring something in, and it's so much more effective in terms of the emotional content and trying to really illustrate a feeling. A lot of times, you know, they're like, well, bring it in because it needs to be tense. Well, it's tense. Like, your actors are tense. It's tense. Music, if you have music the whole way through, it's not going to make it more tense. If anything, it's going to make it less tense and more vanilla. And so I would say where I said I would like to start this composer conglomerate, you know, the composers for less music on television, I think it's really more composers for elegant spotting. That's probably a better way to put it. And, you know, one of the things that I like so much about the work that I get to do on Fargo is we really take time to elegantly spot episodes. You know, where is it really truly meaningful to have music, and where is it really truly meaningful to not have music? You know, that's the thing that people don't usually talk about in a spotting session. They don't really talk about where shouldn't we have music. We talk about where to put music. And when I sit in a spot for a show that's on a network television show, you know, a lot of times it's really like, oh, it should come up here and it should go down here and it should come up here and it should go down here and here it should be this and here it should be that. Never talking about where it should begin and where it should end, because I think that the thought is, well, there's always going to be this music, so just do this inside. And I feel like there's a time and a place for wall-to-wall music. I think Hannibal is a really good example of that, where there's music from the very beginning to the very end, but the way Brian does that music is very effective. Same with Sean in 24, and I was talking to Sean about this before. I was like, you know, there aren't many shows where wall-to-wall music is truly great and truly effective. 24 is one of them. It's just, you know, music, so much music, but Sean is a master at being able to make it feel really meaningful, you know, it's a difficult task. But a lot of times, you know, shows don't really require it. Shows just expect it. And that's where it just sort of gets like white noise. You know, you end up not having as much of an impact.
Interesting. So for Fargo, let's go back to that for a second. Have you started working on season 2?
I have.
What are you allowed to tell us? Well, actually, maybe the better question is, what is the music completely different from season 1 because it's new characters, or?
So here's the thing. We've jumped back 30 years in time, so we're 1979, so there's a little bit of the time period thing in the score. I mean, we had a rule, no season 1 themes, so it's all new musical themes other than the main theme of the show. There's the main theme that played many, many times last season is the only through line. And obviously the vibe of the show is still the same. I'm using an orchestra again, so there is that whole thing. But the music is different. They're all new characters, and I'm giving slight nods to Lou and to Molly because they're the only two characters that really transition from season 1 to season 2, but backwards. So Lou is 35 years younger, and he's a young cop, and Molly is 5.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Okay.
But I would say that new music is in store. So like when we do a season 2 soundtrack and you listen to 1 and 2, it'd be totally different.